Welcome to another thrilling episode of Fireside Chronicles, where we delve into the world of suspense and mystery. If you're hooked on gripping true stories like the one we're about to continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating narratives. In the heart of Wichita, Kansas, the life of Ruth Finley, a woman haunted by her past, unfolds like a dark tapestry, woven with threads of fear, resilience, and an unyielding shadow of a stalker. As we delve deeper into her story, we uncover the layers of complexity that shape her harrowing journey. Ruth's ordeal begins with a series of unsettling phone calls, each one a sinister echo of her traumatic past. The caller, a shadowy figure with an intimate knowledge of Ruth's teenage assault, brings with him a resurgence of nightmares long buried. His demands for money, coupled with the chilling reference to the Flatiron branding, send Ruth spiraling into a vortex of fear and confusion. Her home, once a sanctuary on East Indianapolis Street, now feels like a cage, the walls closing in as the threat of her stalker looms ever closer. The narrative weaves through the tapestry of Ruth's daily life, painting a portrait of a woman molded by adversity. Her job at the telephone company, her hobbies, and her marriage are all tainted by the growing shadow of her unseen menace. This ordinary life, once a symbol of her resilience and quest for normalcy, now becomes the backdrop for a terrifying psychological game. As the summer unfolds, Ruth's encounters with her stalker escalate. A chance confrontation on a downtown street morphs into a sinister interaction, leaving her shaken and perturbed. The stalker's cryptic messages and veiled threats reveal a personal vendetta, his presence a constant reminder of a past that refuses to stay buried. Ruth's attempts to ignore him seem to only embolden him further, his determination to haunt her growing with each encounter. The escalation of the stalker's actions, from harassing phone calls to physical confrontations in public spaces, marks a jarring shift in the narrative. The brazen daylight assault is a stark violation of Ruth's perceived safety, a poignant reminder of her vulnerability. The helplessness of the situation is compounded by the police's inability to protect her, their resources stretched thin by the terror of the BTK strangler. Throughout the story, Ruth's psychological turmoil is palpable. The continuous harassment, the invasive calls, and the public confrontations erode her sense of security, her confidence, and her identity. The relentless pursuit by her stalker is not just a physical threat, but an assault on her psyche, challenging her resilience and her very sense of self. The narrative takes a sinister turn as Ruth receives increasingly cryptic and threatening letters. These chaotic communications, riddled with bizarre phrasings and erratic spelling, provide a disturbing window into the mind of her tormentor. Ruth's decision to type up clear copies for the police reflects her desperation for clarity, her hope that understanding her stalker might offer a path to salvation. The climax of Ruth's ordeal, her abduction, is a harrowing testament to her survival instinct. In the face of despair, Ruth's quick thinking and determination become her lifeline. The narrative captures the chilling atmosphere of her captivity, contrasting the cold, desolate setting with the warmth and normalcy of the life she is fighting to reclaim. In this labyrinth of fear and uncertainty, Ruth's resilience shines. Each threatening encounter, each ominous letter, and her terrifying abduction only serve to fortify her resolve. Amidst the relentless adversity, Ruth emerges not merely as a victim, but as a beacon of strength and defiance. Ruth Finley's story transcends the narrative of survival. It is an exploration of the human spirit's capacity to endure the darkest trials. This saga intertwines the personal with the universal, reminding us of the ever-present shadows in the corners of seemingly ordinary lives. As the relentless pursuit of Ruth Finley by her mysterious tormentor, dubbed the Poet, continues in Wichita, Kansas, the case takes on an increasingly complex and disturbing dimension. Despite the efforts of the Wichita police, led by detectives like George Anderson and Lieutenant Drawatsky, Ruth's life remains entrenched in a nightmare that shows no signs of abating. The investigation intensifies, with detectives providing Ruth a veil of protection during her vulnerable lunch hours, but these efforts yield no tangible results. A meticulous investigation into her past assault in Fort Scott fails to uncover any viable leads, deepening the mystery around her stalker's identity. Ruth's participation in a keen radio talk show designed to lure the stalker into revealing himself also ends fruitlessly, leaving her and the detectives grappling with an elusive adversary. The psychological toll on Ruth escalates. Plagued by headaches and stomach cramps, she steadfastly refuses to seek help, a decision deeply rooted in her upbringing that equated asking for help with weakness. Ruth's stoicism, however, belies the intense psychological strain she endures. As winter sets in, the situation takes a darker turn with the arrival of a disturbing letter at the police department. The letter, aimed directly at Lieutenant Drowatsky, accuses him of protecting Ruth and fuels his determination to find the perpetrator. Meanwhile, Ruth's husband Ed takes matters into his own hands, spending nights in their backyard with a shotgun, hoping in vain for a confrontation with the stalker. The arrival of spring and summer brings no respite. The poet's letters, now filled with violent, enraged, and grotesquely sexual content, continue to torment Ruth and Ed. A brief cessation of the letters provides a glimmer of hope, but it is quickly shattered. Ruth's harrowing encounter at the mall parking lot, where she is confronted and attacked by the man who had previously abducted her, marks a horrifying escalation. The attacker's preparation, evident in the items he brings, speaks to his dangerous and meticulous planning. Ruth's quick reaction and escape, though resulting in serious injury, underscore her resilience in the face of unimaginable terror. The stabbing incident catapults Ruth's case into the public eye, with local media coverage intensifying and the police increasing their protective measures. The suspect's bold visit to the hospital during Ruth's recovery sends shockwaves through the investigation, highlighting the audacity and determination of the poet. In a bid to communicate with the attacker, Ed places an ad in the newspaper, inadvertently solidifying the poet's nickname. The poet's engagement with this communication, though never revealing his identity, adds a macabre twist to the ongoing narrative, playing into his twisted game. The police, desperate for leads, employ various tactics, from hypnosis sessions with Ruth to extensive surveillance and undercover operations. Despite these efforts, the poet's identity remains shrouded in mystery, his letters and actions growing increasingly bold and disturbing. As the case drags on, Ruth's life is consumed by the constant threat posed by the poet. Her daily routines are disrupted, her every move shadowed by police protection. The intrusion of this terror into every aspect of her life, from her work to her personal space, paints a picture of a woman trapped in a relentless cycle of fear and vigilance. The poet's communications and actions grow increasingly erratic and dangerous, from sending threatening letters to local businesses to leaving ominous and harmful items at the Finleys' home. His fixation on Ruth becomes all-consuming, his actions a twisted manifestation of his deep-seated psychopathy. As the investigation continues, the police and Ruth grapple with the daunting reality that they are dealing with an adversary who is not only deeply disturbed, but also cunning and elusive. The case of Ruth Finley and the poet becomes a stark reminder of the darkest capabilities of the human mind and the profound impact such terror can have on an individual's life. As the intricate tale of Ruth Finley reaches its conclusion, we are left to reflect on the profound complexities of the human psyche and the unpredictable ways in which past traumas can manifest. The revelation that Ruth herself was the poet all along, a discovery made by Chief Richard Lemonnion after meticulous review of the case files, brings a shocking twist to this harrowing narrative. The exhaustive police surveillance, led by Lemonnion and involving numerous officers, unveils the startling truth behind the mysterious letters and threats. Despite initial disbelief and skepticism from detectives closely bonded with Ruth and Ed, the evidence becomes irrefutable. The surveillance photographs, the materials found in Ruth's office, and the matching handwriting conclusively point to Ruth as the orchestrator of the elaborate and disturbing ruse that had consumed her life and baffled authorities. In a poignant and emotional confession, Ruth admits to her role as the poet, revealing the depth of her psychological turmoil. The dissociative state she experienced, a defense mechanism against the trauma of childhood sexual abuse, had led her to create an alternate consciousness. This revelation underscores the enduring impact of early trauma and the complex ways in which the mind copes with deep-seated pain. Under the care of Dr. Andrew T. Pickens, Ruth embarks on a challenging journey of healing and self-discovery. Through therapy, she confronts the haunting memories of her past, gradually piecing together the fragmented parts of her identity. The support of her husband, Ed, her family, and friends plays a crucial role in her recovery, offering a testament to the power of love and understanding in the face of adversity. Ruth's story, while unique in its details, speaks to the broader theme of resilience in the human spirit. Her ability to confront and overcome her past, to rebuild her life and find a sense of peace, is a source of inspiration. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope and healing are possible. As we close this chapter of Fireside Chronicles, we invite you to reflect on the extraordinary journey of Ruth Finley. Her story is one of survival, resilience, and ultimately, redemption. If you've been captivated by this tale and wish to explore more such narratives, remember to subscribe to our channel. Your engagement helps us bring these compelling stories to life, and we look forward to sharing more with you in the future.